Seahawks and the Panthers. Let's go. Oh yeah. I think what starting from the back that Seahawks impressive flea flicker touchdown, which is to be kind of unexpected because usually flea flickers are a joke in the NFL. But well, this is I think that's the thing about the Seahawks is that a lot of their plays are these plays that's like that never works in the NFL, but they work for the Seahawks a lot for some reason. That is very true. That happens a lot, actually. I think the most interesting thing to come out of this is the second game in a row that the Seahawks were actually ahead and ended up losing the game at the end. That's got to be tough to be as a Seahawks fan to have to watch some. Actually, if you want to take that third time in a row this season, because they're actually ahead of the Packers for a little while when they played, and then Packers came back and won. So something about the Seahawks this year that they don't know how to close out games for some reason. Mm-hmm. He did, yeah. Oh, well, yeah. Obviously, yeah. And I think you and I both kind of talking, during off recording and everything, we both expected that this would probably be the game that the Panthers would lose their, win streak, and they keep it going. And I think two factors that came into is the most obvious one is Greg Olson had a really big, touchdown for really solidified the win at the end and everything. The other statistic that came up is Russell Wilson is the most sacked quarterback in the NFL this year. Yeah. That and that really speaks more wonders about how good Marshawn Lynch is. That their offensive line can't protect the quarterback, but Marshawn Lynch still gets crazy amount of yards. Yeah, yeah, hmm. Out of anybody else, he feels it. Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was pretty comical to see those two really kind of get in each other's faces. So it's just like you had him, no, you had him. Right. Yeah. Emotions are kind of high. Uh, That's a very good point. I didn't think about that, but that's the thing about Seattle's team, especially the past 2, 3 years. They're not used to losing. Like really, they're not used to being in this situation, and this might be almost them digging themselves deeper into a grave because since they're so frustrated that they have to climb their way out, that they're only going to fall further down. Oh, definitely, you do. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, definitely. I hopefully for in Seattle's sake that it was more of a emotions were high, tension got high. You Yeah, and then maybe after a few minutes they go a separate way, cool off, they meet each other in the locker room, so like okay, well, whatever type of thing. Yeah. And Pete Carroll's been doing such a hell of a job with that entire franchise that I think he's smart enough to definitely keep tabs that nothing more comes of any type of maybe slight argument that came out that one time type of thing. Hmm. It that this is kind of like a little off subject, but in a way, I kind of agree with in general of these football players being all these endorsement deals and constantly like you don't focus on being a celebrity, focus on being a football player because that's what you're paid to do at the end of the day. And I think a vast majority of football players do feel that way. And I'm not pointing any specific fingers at anybody, but at least for the future of the NFL, I hope it doesn't become that. I think that's probably a good way to maybe sum it all up. I think everything they really do, but in 2 weeks they do play the Packers, and that's if Packers are still undefeated after the Broncos by that week, definitely there's going to be a team that's going to be no longer undefeated. Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and it's been very exciting, and Panthers have a lot to celebrate about this year, especially. They we didn't really dwell too much into, but I think Cam Newton is playing really lights out. I think he's yeah, uh, kind of yeah, yeah. We've said for years that we almost felt bad for Cam Newton of how he was a really good quarterback, but Carolina never seemed to actually build a team around him, and I think they finally built a team around him. Yeah, it might even be just a big fluke in a way that it just happened to fall in place. Good point. That's a very good point. Yeah. Good luck with that. And good luck leaving us comments because I'm betting you can't. Okay, I'm sorry it came off a little strong. I actually hope you do. But I also hope that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter. You see that great transition? I'm getting so much better at these segues. I'm getting so much better. Anyways, links in the description below, and we will definitely discuss more next week about these teams.